is tracing the front of the puddle, the leading edge of the puddle, in a series of upside down V motions. I'm trying to hit the root with full penetration into the root of the joint. That's why I'm tracing the leading edge of the puddle, so that that arc can do its work. If I ride back on that puddle, it's just going to flow ahead. I'm going to have some amount of lack of fusion into the root of the joint, which wouldn't be the end of the world for some joints, but if I was doing a welding test, it requires full penetration into the root. Not through the backside, just into the root. Another shot of that. Again, series of V's, tracing the front of the puddle. Takes about 1 full second to go from side to side. Having a good ground by clamping the ground directly to the metal you're welding really helps. I didn't do that here, I forgot. I had the ground laying on the table and I sputtered a time or two. That machine doesn't care. Wire's going to come out whether you intermittently lose your ground or not. It's going to sputter and you're going to think you don't have your settings right. Get a good ground. We're going to jump right on into that second pass, but first let's take a look at that technique. We're not changing the settings at all, just letting it cool for about a minute. A second pass is not needed at all for 3/16 thickness. This is just for practice and to show the technique for this video. It's a simple Z-weave. Takes about, again, a full second to go from side to side. And that looks like this. Pause just very briefly on the toes, and then don't spend a lot of time moving across the middle. Short circuit MIG has a tendency to pile up and give you kind of a convex weld, or I should say a weld that's piled up or crowned up too much, and you don't really want that. So moving pretty quickly across the middle is a way to prevent that. Remember to hold those toes with a momentary pause. 1001, 1002, 1001, 1002. I'm using a slightward upward push angle, and I'm trying to keep a fairly tight stick out. Stick out is the distance between the contact tip and the end of unmelted wire, technically speaking. You kind of want it under 1/2 inch, 3/8 is even better. If you hold too long a stick out, your amperage will drop. And seconds are all the settings I used and all the details for this joint.